My old man got up on Monday morning, started work before the day was dawning. Worked all day in the burning sand and lost 2 fingers of his right hand, but he built the sodding pyramids by evening. My old man got up on Tuesday morning, just as the early canteen queue was forming. The grub was only fit for pigs and the bugs were running the company digs, but he built the city of Nineveh by evening. My old man got up on Wednesday morning, stood in line with the other poor bastards yawning. The work was hard and the wages low and the gangers' whips were on the go, but he built the town of Babylon by evening. My old man got up on Thursday morning, all the 7 hills with slaves were swarming. He built the Forum and the Colosseum and some fat bastard's mausoleum, and the rest of Rome he built before the evening. My old man got up on Friday morning, all around the thunderheads was storming. Up to the waist in stinking mud and blind with fever, sweat and blood, but he dug the Suez Canal before the evening. My old man got up on Saturday morning, smelled the first cold smell of winter's dawning. The boss just laughed at the poor old sod who built the world and carried the hod. They gave him his cards, paid him off that evening. Man got up on Sunday morning, went and gave the boss this little warning. You've sat on your arse and played at God and watched me sweat and carry the hod, but now that caper's over, chum, you're leaving.
So now, little man, you've grown tired of grass, of mescaline, cocaine, acid, and hash. Here's someone pretending to be your friend. Let me introduce you to Miss Heroin. Well, sweetie, before you start fooling with me, let me inform you how it will be. Don't get no illusions, you'll be my slave. I've sent men much stronger than you to their graves. And when I have entered deep down in your veins, craving me always will drive you insane. You'd sell your own mother to pay for my charms, and rock in contentment when I'm in your arms. And when you realize the monster you've grown, you solemnly promise to leave me alone. Do you think you're special with some kind of knack? Wait till you try getting me off your back. The vomit, the cramps, your guts tied in a knot, and every nerve screaming for one little shot. The hot chill, the cold sweat, and the withdrawal pain, all eased by my little white grains. And when you return, just as I have foretold, you'll bring me your conscience, your body, your soul. You'll give me your freedom, your future, your heart, and you will be mine till death do us part.
Let us praise famous men and Attila the hen, who have sworn to restore Britain's glory. When a man knew his place and the whole island race used to flock to the polls to vote Tory. Ah, those were the days when hearts were ablaze, inspired by our glorious mission. When the princes of India didn't dare to break wind unless they got Britain's permission. Let us praise Maggie Thatcher, there's no one can match her at making loud threats against shirkers. A term which embraces all union members and 90% of all workers. She says that a picket's not British, not cricket, shop stewards are all commie traitors. They should line up the lot to be bloody well shot with Asians and black troublemakers. Wherever there's strife, you will find Mag the knife working hard for the big corporations. With a blade she's a master, and no one is faster at carving up kids' educations. When wielding the axe or imposing a tax or closing a school, she's a winner. She's persuaded a whole generation to diet by raising the price of school dinners. She's cut social services, sold council houses, rejected a limit on prices. This cast iron filly has recognized Chile while carving us up in thin slices. With the cost of health higher, you may just expire, in which case less pills you'll be needing. In the words of Ted Heath, if you can't pay for teeth, you'll be forced to cut down on your feeding. Some say that her diction's a natural affliction, some say she's a noisy old bag, while others will swear, yes, and loudly declare that she's actually Hitler in drag. How her backbenchers just squirm when she flashes her perm, or cracks a coy joke on the telly, or plays the loyal martyr for President Carter by crawling around on her belly. Each Monday Club member is pledged to dismember the organs of nationalization, and chaps of high merit may hope to inherit the spoils from the sack of the nation. They're the lords of creation, the cream of the nation, Lord Soames and Keith Joseph and others. They'll help you discover that all men are brothers, but some are more brothers than others. And so once again, let us praise famous men, adding chapters to Britain's proud story. They may not look bright, but they're British and white, and to a man
and a woman,
they're Tory. Though they look mediocre like shady stockbrokers, at first sight as harmless as mutton. If the nuclear warheads are sent on their way, it's their fingers'll be on the button. Ladybird sat on me hand, I know if thou stays when I finish me rhyme, whatever it is I command, whatever I'm wishing for soon will be mine. In our house there's no din, I wish there was somebody in. Ladybird, ladybird, fly away warm. The house is on fire, the childer is gone. Ladybird, listen to me, I've not seen me father for many a day. He comes warm whenever he's free, but not very much, 'cause he works far away.
Last year he worked in the town. Now they're pulling the factory down. Ladybird, ladybird, fly away warm. The house is on fire, the childer is gone. Ladybird into the crime. Me mam is a-working away down at mill. Her'll come warm about supper time. Her's on afternoons and of hours to kill. I'll queue for some chips and some fish. Then I'll turn on the tally and wish. Ladybird, ladybird, fly away warm. The house is on fire, the childer is gone. Ladybird, don't spread the wings. I don't understand these words on the news. Redeployment, inflation and things. It's just like a game, some win and some lose. But some of 'em win all the time. Me mam says his cheating's a crime. Ladybird, ladybird, fly away warm. The house is on fire, the childer is gone.
Oh, the summer was long and the autumn too, walking slow and weary, till the winter parted me and you. Hush-a-bye, my dearie, when the time was come and the time was gone, they laid you down so near me, and together we slept the whole night long. Hush-a-bye, my dearie, but my back is broke and my belly's sore. Your daddy can't come near me, and it's up all night to walk the floor. Hush-a-bye, my dearie, though you keep me waking night and day, and your crying makes me weary. You're welcome as a flower in May. Hush-a-bye, my dearie, my darling girl, the world is wide. I know it's going to fear me to set you floating on the tide. Hush-a-bye, my dearie. The problem is elemental, easy to understand. Uranium's incidental, lying beneath the land. Find it, mine it, enrich and refine it, no matter its use. A demon is loose, plutonium's left, long after the death of man. Energy is reactive, easy to understand. Uranium's radioactive, unstable and quick to expand. Send a neutron to enter, splitting the center of 2, 3, 55, fission brings it alive. Atoms are broken, heat is the token we take. More neutrons are made, more atoms invaded, the element vanishes. But in its wake, plutonium's left. Thus was the world betrayed.
The core broods like the heart of the sun. Cool gas or water for a cage, guarded by fallible gods. If natural force overrun its course, who would be keeper then? No one, not the expert, the backer, the builder, the worker. No one knows what would happen then. In that split second of endless time, will we, in the name of heaven, remember a time when it wasn't too late? Russia in 58, Harrisburg 79.
The problem is elemental, easy to engineer. The process is fundamental once it is set in gear. The fuel is old, too lethal to hold. If no one steals it, wheel it through city and town. Remake it, break it, win, scale it down, or use it again. It won't disappear. Fast breeder excreting more shit than is eating. Plutonium's made thousands of pounds a year. Disaster is not a notion, it's easy to be foreseen, whether by movement of ocean or land, failure of man or machine, fallout or leakage, dumping or breakage, cesium, tritium, curium, Krypton 85, and anything alive begins to be dead. But plutonium's made, plutonium never dies.
The core brews, unconcerned, unaware, unseen, won't stay in a cage. Touch it, you die. Stand near it, you die. Breathe it, you die. Live near it, you die. Cremated, you burn, your bones fill the air. Who breathes it will die. As long as it's there, someone, something will slip out of line. In that split second of endless time, when the clock stops and the dial clicks, will we falling into the void remember Detroit way back in '66?
The problem is monumental but easy to understand. Someone is raking in profit, hand over hand over hand. Too many cracks in the system, too many flaws in the plan. Too many pounds of plutonium missing, too many fools among men. The game's nearly up, we're playing it now. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Sizewell, Bracknell, Chapel Cross, Haysham, Huntston, Dungeness, Calder Hall, Saturday Talk, Shrewsbury Heath, Winfrith, Hinkley Point, Berkeley, Albury, Hartlepool, Springfield, Capenhurst, Linray, Wilbur, Winscale, you!
We have the power to close them down.
Or just be a unit in the body count, a citizen of the plutonium state.
Now is the moment of endless time.
Turn around and step out of line. Tomorrow will be too late.
wind is so hot, and it blows with such fury. The great pounding waves of the sea sound like thunder.
Not the sea, not the wind, but the roar of the silence, the surge of the blood in your ears.
The night is so dark, and the darkness so empty. No shadow, no shape, no sense of horizon.
Not the night, not the dark, but the harsh stony ridges, the desert where everything dies.
Is nobody left? Tell me, where has the world gone? The people, the forests, the great teeming city.
No people, no houses, no trees and no rivers, only this cinder, this slag.
Then what of our hopes, all our dreams, all our strivings? The dawn of new days with their promise of plenty.
No dreams and no strivings, no past and no future, all gone. They have wiped the slate clean.
Oh, Father, dear Father, you said that you loved me. Why did you give them our world for a plaything?
They came with clean hands and they talked so politely while arranging the death of the world. They smiled and conspired and we smiled and we let them cocoon in the shadows of other men's dreaming. We gazed at the flickering screens in the half-light and allowed them to murder the world.
Who was here when they handed out the heavy jobs? Jobs with the hammer, the pick and shovel. Who choked in the foundry, froze at the fish dock. 8 days to the week. Who was here with a mile of rock above him, 3-foot seam in the darkness crouching, stinging sweat in his eyes, powdered rock in his spittle, 100 minutes to the hour. Who was here in the furrowed fields, stooped over? Pain shapes the question in bone and muscle. Roots and hands competing, fumbling, groping. 28 hours to the day. Who is here in the world of steel and clamor, feeding Leviathan in his cavern, breathing the hot, sharp stink of metal? 5 weeks to the month. Hey, you dog's body, what do they call you? Who clears up the mess when the fight is over? Who carries the broom, the mop and the bucket? 36 months to the year. Smooth-faced old boy men instructed him. Geldings programmed his energy. coached in running by men whose arches had fallen. Dead men told him how to live. Kilroy, Kilroy, where has Kilroy gone? Kilroy was here, see there's his mark. He came this way, he was wearing his number. Did nobody see him pass? Has it ever crossed your mind to ask yourself why Mrs. T talks funny? Have you never paused to wonder why the lady's so obsessed with saving cash? Why she hates the working classes more with every day that passes? Will she one day up and vanish in a flash? If you have, then I would ask you to forgive her. She's only lately come to us from outer space. She's a poor deprived commuter who was built by a computer. She's an android, a stranger to the human race. Has your nervous system never been upset by Mrs. Thatcher's martial posture? Have you listened to her laying down the law and not been scared out of your skin? Heard her rattle in her saber, scaring all the friends and neighbors. She's impatient for the next war to begin. If you have, then show a little understanding. The way that she was programmed, it was really grim. She was built to man the toll shack in a region called the coal sack, at the very furthest edge of the galactic rim. Have you never had occasion to suspect when watching her speak on the telly? And noticed the occasional wild look and sudden glazing of the eye. She looks spooked, bummed out and funky, yes, and oddly like a junkie, as the stuff begins to send one up on high. If you have, then do not give way unto panic. She doesn't mean to scare you, it is just a game. Just remember what you're seeing's not a normal human being, though I grant you that it rather looks the same. If you're under the impression that our baby-faced Lord Chancellor is a Terran, or that Hazeltine and Prentice both belong to Homo sapiens, you're insane. And you suffer from delusions if you think Sir Keith is human, or behind those brooding Popeyes lurks a brain. They are exiles from a far galactic cluster. They malfunctioned and were thrown out in disgrace. They are made of wire and things and little wheels and bits of string. They are androids, strangers to the human race. The poet called her Juliet, wrote sonnets to her hair.
She was busy scrubbing at his dirty underwear.
Juliet made a bet that lover boy would go as soon as she said, clean the bath or help me scrub the floor. The poet called her Eloise, praised her raven locks.
In return, she ironed his shirts and darned his woolen socks.
Eloise wasn't pleased when he said it's late. Sorry about the washing up, the apple pie was great. The poet called her Beatrice, sang paeans to her tresses.
Beatrice only sighed and went on cleaning up his messes.
Beatrice, a mere miss, said lend a helping hand. He'd more important things to do, he knew she'd understand. The poet called her Helen, said he'd always make her happy.
She just smiled and then continued changing baby's nappy.
Helen well and truly lost her boy by asking him to make the bed. He up and left for Troy. The poet called her Guinevere, his pet, his little mouse,
until she asked him for some help in cleaning up the house.
Guinevere said, my dear, a baby's on the way. Launcelot wished her all the best and left on Mother's Day. So if you're looking for a mate and want to pick a winner,
get one who can wash and clean and maybe help with dinner.
One who'll share and share alike, a truly loving aid. If he can write a poem as well,
you've really got it made.
She walks in the cold, dark hour before the morning, the hour when wounded night begins to bleed. Stands at the back of the patient queue, the silent, almost sleeping queue, seeing no one and not being seen.
Working shoes are wrapped in working apron, rolled in an oilcloth bag across her knees. The swaying tram assaults the morning, blue-grey steely days dawning, draining the last few dregs of sleep away. Over the bridge in the writhing foul black water, down through empty corridors of stone, each of the blind glass walls she passes shows her twin in sudden flashes. Which is the mirror image? Which is real? Crouching, hooded gods of word and number accept her bent-backed homage as their due. The buckets steam like incense, coils around the endless floor she toils, cleaning the same wide sweep each day anew. Glistening sheen of new-washed floors is fading, there where office clocks are marking time. Night's black tide has ebbed away, by cliffs of glass awash with day she hurries from her labors, still unseen. He who lies beside her does not see her, nor does the child who once lay at her breast. The shroud of self-denial covers eager girl and tender lover. Only the faded servant now is left. How could it be that no one saw her drowning? How did we come to be so unaware? At what point did she cease to be her? When did we cease to look and see her? How was it no one knew that she was there? My old man was a good old man, skilled in the moulding trade. In the stinking heat of the iron foundry, my old man was made. Down on his knees in the moulding sand, he wore his trade like a company brand. He was one of the Cyclops smoky band, yes, that was my old man. My old man wasn't really old, it was just that I was young. And anybody over 12 years old was halfway to the tune. He was loyal to his workmates all his life, gave his pay packet to his wife, had a few jars on a Saturday night, yes, that was my old man. My old man was a union man, fought hard all his days. He understood the system and was wise to the boss's ways. He said, if you want what's yours by right, you'll have to struggle with all your might. They'll rob you blind if you don't fight, son, that was my old man. My old man was a proud old man, at home on the foundry floor, until the day they paid him off and showed him to the door. They gave him his card, said things are slack, We've got a machine can learn the knack of doing your job, so don't come back. The end of my old man. My old man, he was 51. What was he to do? A craftsman moulder on the dole in 1932. He felt he'd given all he could give, so he did what thousands of others did. Abandoned hope and the will to live, they killed him, my old man. My old man, he is dead and gone. Now I am your old man. My advice to you, my son, is to fight back while you can. Watch out for the man with the silicon chip. Hold on to your job with a good firm grip. 'Cause if you don't, you'll have had your chips the same as my old man.
One morning as I ambled on my customary ramble, I thought that I had Maggie Thatcher calling. She sounded so distracted and she cried each time I acted, for the wasteful way they're living is appalling. Get rid of it, get rid of it. That terrible public spending, let's get rid of it. Get rid of it, get rid of it. The welfare state needs ending, let's get rid of it. She said I'd like to mention that free medical attention is a luxury that's far beyond this nation. Health's a matter for the wealthy, why should the poor be healthy? They're getting notions far above their station. Get rid of it, get rid of it. That terrible wasteful NHS, get rid of it. Get rid of it, get rid of it. The welfare state is in a mess, get rid of it. When it comes to education and the working population, remember friends that I was once a teacher. If the workers know the letters and can recognize the betters, then the rest is an unnecessary feature. Get rid of it, get rid of it. That terrible comprehensive school, get rid of it. Get rid of it, get rid of it. Knowledge is a dangerous tool, get rid of it. As freedom's great protector, we despise the public sector. Yes, public ownership our rage arouses, and we sell for private profit to our pals who do well of it. Things like oil wells, not to mention council houses. Get rid of it, get rid of it. That terrible public ownership, get rid of it. Get rid of it, get rid of it. In freedom's name we say again, get rid of it. While inflation goes on rising, we're opposed to subsidizing libraries that lead to people reading. As for people's theatre art, we regard it as a farce, and a good kick up the arse is what they're needing. Get rid of it, get rid of it. That terrible theatre subsidy, get rid of it. Get rid of it, get rid of it. That municipal gallery, get rid of it. Then here's my proclamation, let it sound throughout the nation. Let freedom's tocsin ring from every steeple. Waste is neither wise nor funny, especially when it's money. We much prefer to waste the nation's people. Get rid of it, get rid of it. That terrible greedy labor force, get rid of it. Get rid of it, get rid of it. the hockey lady's vowels have played havoc with my bowels. Her message left me feeling suicidal, but my spirits rose anew. I remembered me and you have a recipe at hand for our survival. Get rid of it, get rid of it, that terrible Tory government, get rid of it. Get rid of it, get rid of it. It's either us or them, so let's get rid of it.
The swallow he goes to take the fly over cool water he sweeps. The swallow he would surely die if he would dive too deep. The trout she rise to take the fly, leaping both high and strong. Likewise the trout would surely die were she in the air too long. You and I, love, we hunt the fly, swallow and trout are we. It's in cool water you would die, and there is death to me. You must nest on a beam so high, highest pond deep in cool water. But let us meet and hunt the fly, and part when we have caught her. Imagine a city, imagine a tower whose crown turns around fully once every hour. North, south, east, and west, see the heath and the river, with Chelsea on one side, Mile End on the other. Imagine that city, imagine that morning in summer, imagine the 4-minute warning. Panic, then wait, or kneel and start praying. 4 minutes to make your God hear what you're saying. Look toward home, no time for leave taking. The sound that you hear is 12 million hearts breaking. There's a circle around you, 6 miles to the rim. From Acton to Poplar, from Finchley to Balham, Dulwich to Hendon, it's the heart of the nation. Not a blade of grass standing, complete devastation. There's a circle beyond where firestorms roar, from Red Hill to Hornchurch, from Hamel to Slough, Weybridge to Harlow, too wounded for crying, half the folk dead and the other half dying. 2 minutes are gone, the fallout drifts over to Banbury, Winchester, way beyond Dover. Ipswich to Brighton, radiation is high. The ones who are left may take 10 years to die. The rulers are sheltered, but God has gone under, victim at last of a technical blunder. The vermin survived disease and starvation to witness the end of a civilization. No air safe to breathe, no land remains fertile, while our bombs home in on some other circle. There's no one to help you, there's no medication. This bomb was one part of proposed saturation. A half minute to go, you won't see another. 12 million children are crying for mother. Open your eyes, tomorrow comes morning. You have been hearing a 4-minute